Dan says, what is a good amount of calls, leads using GMB? I was getting over 2,600 people finding a customer's business, 47 phone calls, and 35 asked for directions before doing any posts. Curious what results have been for the test in GMB. Well, to be honest, the case study that I'm doing is not producing calls nearly as much as some of the other like my contractor type clients. Remember, this is a newer industry for it's a brand new industry for me, the taxi cab service. I've never done any work in that, and it's interesting to not see so many calls coming through GMB as what I'm seeing in some of my contractor type sites, but still not bad considering it's new and I haven't done really any traditional SEO stuff other than a couple PRs. But remember, there's not even a companion website yet. I mean, I'm just using the GMB website. However, like it really depends. It's probably going to vary, Dan, from business to business or industry to industry, really. Because I know, like, for example, the preschool, which is kind of interesting to me, the preschool that I've got a client that has 2 locations. He owns two, a preschool in 2 different locations. And man, it's crazy how much engagement he gets. So like it'll show the number of impressions that Maps has given his listing. And then like a full like 40% and of the 40% of the number of impressions given resulted in some sort of action, whether it's phone call, click through to the website, or request driving directions. That's a huge percentage. 40% of the number of impressions have engaged with the listing, and I find that to be incredibly high. However, I mean, like even my roofing clients, for example, I'm only doing the GMB Pro method for one of those clients, and he gets some ungodly amount of impressions per month. And something like last month, I think he had 147 phone calls. Like it's just insane. So I think it's going to vary. Dan, maybe Marco has a better benchmark, but I think it's going to vary by industry or per industry.
Definitely, it depends on the amount of phone calls. Like if it's a high price item, you can't expect 500 calls because one call or 2 calls is all you're going to need to be profitable for the month. And so with Mario, we are finding that there are issues, but I think a lot of it has to do with Mario not providing us images
Yeah.
from the area that are geotagged. But we solved that problem with the last webinar update that I did. I showed people how to get unlimited local images, and it's dead simple. I'm surprised nobody thought of it before. I'm not the smartest guy in the world. It's just I like to tinker and I like to solve problems. When I see a problem, I look for solutions. I don't focus on the problem. I just focus on a way around it and how I can get people a solution, right? Something simple, something effective. And I found it, and I'm actually going to do a follow-up to that. When I do a follow-up in a couple of weeks, I'm going to make the replay of the original webinar available. I'm announcing it now. I'll announce it in the groups. But I've had enough people ask me, I want to see that again, or I missed it. Damn, I really wanted to see it. So it's going to be a 2-for-1. I'm going to do a little bit more, go in depth on how you can get even more, not only images, but actually local videos, just a whole bunch of things that you could do to add local relevance to everything that you're doing. To me, that's what really works. When you add all of that local relevance, when you have an active owner that's going all around town and taking pictures and actually helping you, because it's their business. I mean, you need to make that like it has to be in the contract or whatever you sign. You have to give me content, and this is the content that I need. And if you don't, then I'm washing my hands and I can't help you, because no content means that you don't get shit.
Yeah. And I agree with that, except that's why I've been working with my VAs to try to develop, and implement ways for us to create the content that will still work and provide the same level or similar benefits as if we had original photos taken on location from a mobile device, right, with the geotags. Because honestly, I've got a handful of clients now that I'm doing this service for, and not a single. Well, one of them has started to trickle in some images and some local some videos from their tech. It's a pest control company. mosquito control company. So they do like mosquito and tick control. They spray outside. And so fortunately, I'm getting a few videos and images from them. But out of the several clients that I've got signed up now, other than them, nobody has provided me with any images. And even though that was when I made the proposal for the service, that was part of it, was I'm going to need images. I set up Google Photos folders for each one of them. And nobody's giving me any damn images. And so I'm certainly not going to cancel the contract in, well, I don't do contracts, but cancel the service and say, never mind, I don't need your money, because they're not providing me images. So fortunately, Marco came up with some ideas or some methods for how to do that. And we're trying to get our VAs to implement as much as possible. So